Alright, I'm just gonna sort of wing this video uh, on the Mandela effect, starting with some maps. First thing I found, people, one guy, Hillary's Guide to the, I'll look it up later. Hillary's Guide to something, the Impossible, I think. YouTube channel talks about New Brunswick and Nova Scotia formerly being 51st and 52nd states in whatever reality used to happen. And I just find it interesting. Doesn't confirm it, but it lends weight to it. Is that where Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or Delano, as some people remember it. I remember Delano, but Delano strikes a chord. Delano strikes a chord. Campobello Island is in Canada, where he used to go every summer, and people would go up to a nearby island up here. I think it's in the same area. There's another island up here where the elite go. I think it's down here. This thing isn't loading up quickly. There's a lot of stuff on here right now. But they go up here to Canada, Campobello Island, or Campobello Park, or whatever. It is an island, actually. Let's see if we can get this. It's an international park. It's in Canada. It's run by both, like, National Park, U.S. National Park Service, and the Parks Canada. And so that's kind of interesting. Another thing I wanted to look at was the Arctic Circle, or the Arctic Ocean. I had been under the impression that there was not a landmass there, or not much of one. I remember a guy who'd been a Navy SEAL. He was my boss for a while, and he said he'd been in a submarine underneath the Arctic North Pole, and that's all he said about it. He didn't go into detail, but here we have this huge ice pack in this one atlas, and shows like sort of there's a ridge through here that's named, so it's got to be sort of like a permanent ridge, and you can see like it might be associated with some under structures under there. It's a close up, not a very good picture I took, but this shows. It says the Arctic Ocean, but it has this ice pack. There's the ridges right there, and then it has this sort of open here. Submarine ridges, it says, but it sort of has them on top. It looks submarine, but yet they're showing this ice pack. Is like it's sort of it's giving confusing. I'm not sure what to make of it. This one, I've got multiple, or dual, I should say, ideas in my head. One that it was a landmass, and one that it was an ice pack. I guess a third would be that it was like seasonal, but so we'll just leave it at that for the North Pole Arctic region. So I think the most interesting thing I came across recently is this XMen comic book called, the series is called Excalibur. I'm not very much into X-Men, I never was, but find it interesting. This number 66, it's about these, let me see if I can find the review this guy did of it. So this guy's matching up the Shiva statue with this comic book, and it's about time travel, or dimensional travel. And the X-Men timeline has these Earths, one of them which is called Earth 811, the designated timeline where the Sentinels, which are these robotic creatures, rule North America. and this is the home reality of Rachel Summer. I don't know who she is. And Nimrod, which is a character who went against God. I'm not. I believe he's the one who built the Tower of Babel. I'm not sure. Someone who knows the Bible better than I do would know. That's and there's Earth 616, which is apparently the current reality, so to speak. Let's see if we can find some more on this. So these are the Sentinels, robots, created robots, save humanity from the mutants. What's we got here? Earth 616. So we have this thing where the imagery matches up. It's about time dimensional travel. We suspect Rachel Summers has traveled back in time to change a significant event in our past and attempt to alter our present. So this is positioning here. Also another, this is from the Thor movie. They mentioned the 616 universe. And I just find it interesting. They have like, looks like hell here. I think that's an E. But you have Earth here and all these surrounding dimensions. Here someone did an analysis of it. Schrodinger's cat. There's a fault line, I assume. Crossroads. So, all sort of related. Also concerning Shiva, you have the Simpsons. And I don't know if other people have seen this. It seems like they would have. But we have the six-armed Shiva, and there's a confusion between Shiva and Kali. Most people refer to this six-arm in Western culture as Shiva. I know this is just a huge range of information about all the Hindu deities and stuff. You can get lost in that stuff. There's different sects and different people who believe different things. I mean, they all agree, but et cetera, et cetera. So, but just going with what the Western people are showing, which is who is doing this, like Europeans, but Americans. I mean, it's all cultures, but the thing is they show this statue here with four arms, which it apparently is depicted in different ways, many different kinds of arms, but they're showing this one as they show the six-arm version and every other thing they're showing. They don't mention the difference. And precious six-arm. So it shows this right here. No mention that it has four arms. Not that they would necessarily, but there's someone gives a description here. Indian gods have multiple arms to represent their divinity. We are all multi-armed and multifaceted in this world of ours. Each arm of our deities carries something symbolizing their omnipotence. If you're not Hindi, you can see them as a depiction of God in a moment where time and space are relative. So that's a very important point. Just want to point that out.